Tabletop role-playing news. We aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morrus's unofficial tabletop RPG.
Hello, and welcome to Morrus's unofficial tabletop RPG talk. I am Russ, aka Morrus, or Morrus, aka Russ, and with me this week is
PJ Coffey from the Southampton Guild of Roleplayers, also from Homebrewed Hacking TTRPG Design. Russ, just as ever, it is a delight to be here. And of course, as I say, joining us also for yet another consecutive week, our amazing co-host. I hear that she just flew in from the Caribbean, but she didn't because her arms aren't that tired. It's the one, it's the only,
It's me, Jessica from EM Publishing. Yeah, and you say consecutive, but I haven't been here for the last 2 weeks, so I feel
That's true.
Neither of any of us, to be honest. No,
we missed. We missed last week because we were at DRAGONMEET convention, which we'll talk about later. But I wasn't here the week before either because I was at Consequences, the LARP convention. So I haven't been here for like nearly 3 weeks now. So it feels like, hello, dear listener, welcome home.
Feels like forever.
I know.
Yeah. Well, talking of last week, when we weren't here, because we were at DRAGONMEET instead.
Indeed.
We had a great time at DRAGONMEET. We had a... I really rather want... This is a quick picture. There's me and Jess at the stand. This is before DRAGONMEET opened, I think, on the Saturday morning, sort of 10 minutes before it opened. That's us ready to go, with our stand ready to go. It was fun. So DRAGONMEET's moved, as many people might know. It used to be at the Novotel in Hammersmith in London.
Yes.
And certainly last year and the year before, it was becoming like painfully obvious that it was outgrowing that venue. Like if you just wanted to grab a drink or something, you'd be queuing for half an hour. You know, there just wasn't room. The facilities, the sort of bathroom facilities, the drinks, wasn't
crammed beyond the point of bursting.
They were sold out of tickets every year as well, so you couldn't, come up on the day. You had to book it like 2 weeks in advance at least. So
So this year they've moved. They have moved. They've grown. They've grown up, I suppose. They've moved to the XL in London's Docklands, which is a big sort of convention centre type event place in London. We were in Hall S7 for those interested in such things. I wasn't sure at first when we went in there. I mean, because it felt more like, you know how like UK Games Expo and things like Gen Con and stuff feel like they're in big aircraft hangars with really high ceilings and they're quite brightly lit and there's just this kind of this feeling. And DRAGONMEET now feels like that because it's in one of those rooms. It's not as big, obviously, as UK Games Expo. It's still a fifth the size.
One hall,
one hall and a smaller hall than the UK Games Expo hall. But so it felt a little bit like that. So I wasn't entirely sure at first because I kind of missed the sort of coziness when it was at the Novotel in Hammersmith. And it had carpets and the lighting was a bit dimmer and it was a little more cramped. And it just felt more cozy, even though I will acknowledge that the facilities were not up to the task. And I think the move was overall a good choice.
It's on a more human scale in the Novotel, but also it was rammed, like real sort of a conga line to get anywhere sort of vibe. Yeah.
I mean, the XL it excels at certain things, and one is putting on conventions from an exhibitor point of view. As I said, I wrote a short recap over on EN World, and as I said in that, I can't really speak to what it was like for an attendee because I wasn't one, and I can't really speak what it was like for someone who went there and gamed and did open gaming and stuff like that because I didn't get a chance to do any of that. You know, work. I was on a stand all day. So from the point of view of a small exhibitor, you know, working in the convention, I think the XL excelled at doing that thing. Like just from the small things like loading and unloading was smooth as silk. Everyone in a high vis vest was polite and knew the answers to questions that they are asked, which is
Interesting.
certainly an experience we don't get at UK Games Expo.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, that's true of the Excel staff, I'll say, but also true of the Dragonmeet staff / volunteers. They were all very helpful. We forgot to pack a screwdriver for one of the things we needed on the stand, and really kindly, one of the event staff was like, "Oh, here, I have this you can borrow," and just lent it to us. So,
Did you give that back?
I did, yes, of course I did.
I just remember
I
I was using it, and I remember putting it down, and I don't remember seeing it again.
No, I gave it back, and I gave them a free book as well to say thank you, because we were in a bit. Well, of course, lending someone something like a box cutter or a screwdriver at a convention is risky business, because sometimes they go into the ether and you don't get them back. So I wanted to reward this charitable behaviour.
Yes.
Yeah. But it wasn't just that. It was just things like the facilities, the on-site facilities. If you wanted to go and grab a sandwich or a coffee, easy. There's multiple choices. There aren't like 45-minute queues to do it because there's multiple choices. They had an exhibition. We didn't actually end up needing to use it, but down some stairs there was this like exhibitors shop. And all the stuff that you might need on a stand, like the screwdriver, if we'd realised the shop was there at the time. Then when you get there, and you go, oh, we need some sellotape. Oh, we need some pens. Oh, we need a drill.
Blue tack.
You know, it's everything you could think of that an exhibitor might need. And you could just get them. You know, they were marked up a bit, obviously.
Well,
but,
yeah,
you know.
but you expect that, because if you go to a corner shop, it's that sort of price opposed to going to a supermarket. But sorry, PJ.
Yeah. But it's convenience you're paying for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the question, however, is this all sounds very pleasant, which is nice. I'm glad you had a pleasant time. But the big burning question I have to ask is, did you sell a bunch of books? We
did. So see this?
Yes.
This is Split the Horde, our brand new card game, which went on sale for the first time ever at Dragonmeet last week.
For listeners at home, this is... Oh, okay. It's Split the Horde. It's a tabletop game. It's got some backings, lots of quite nice artwork, actually. That's a real upgrade from last time I saw it. So, yeah, it's looking great. So you sold out Split the Horde.
You would have seen the prototype, which was basically made on Mark's printer.
Yes.
I mean, we didn't have a massive number with us because we didn't really know how many we were going to sell, but we did sell out until we literally just had the one demo set left. Don't fear, we do have plenty in our warehouse. You can still buy them. It turns out it is very much a really good Christmas present. It's like 15 quid, just the right size, the right price point. People would buy in that as Christmas presents. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, so we sold out of that, and a few of our books, we ended up with just one left out of the book that we took, which is kind of cool.
Wow, okay.
Dragonmeet's always a good convention for that, though, because it's targeted. People there are role players, whereas if you go to UK Games Expo, there's many different flavours of nerd and things there, so not everyone.
Although I feel now it's growing, I think it's going to be less focused on role playing. We're going to start seeing the board game companies.
That might be, maybe the fear is the wrong thing, but as conventions grow, they do change. It does, as Russ was saying, it has lost a bit of that cosy charm because it's got bigger. It feels more like going to a big convention like UK Games Expo, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a different thing. But I think all conventions change and grow as they do that. Like I have some little cottage conventions I do with my friends that are like, there's about 20 people going there. And again, that's a very different vibe to when you go to something that used to be like IndieCon that was, 100, 200 people?
And
that, again, it's just a different sort of thing. So, yeah, I think Dragonmeet is changing and growing because it's popular, but it's going to feel different from when it was at the Novotel. But change isn't necessarily bad. It just means it's a different thing.
Yeah, it was also great that we went out the day before.
Yeah.
Rather than getting up at sort of 5 a.m. and then driving up and having to be in London for, 8:30 or whatever.
Yes.
So we went up the day before, set up on the Thursday afternoon. Friday afternoon even. So it was a nice relaxed morning on Saturday, just having breakfast, wandering in. It was nice knowing that was all done the day before.
Yes.
That made a big difference.
Yes. Good for morale. Okay, I mean, it sounds like you sold a lot of books and sold out all your card games.
It was our best ever Dragonmeet.
Yeah.
Our best ever Dragonmeet. And we tend to do better at Dragonmeet it's a one-day convention, we tend to do better in that one day than we usually do on any given day at, say, UK Games Expo. Like UK Games Expo, it's 3 days, so you make more overall. But you know, on a per day basis, a DRAGONMEET day is generally better than a UK for us, because we're a role-playing games company. Maybe for a board game company, it's very different. The situation would be reversed, I guess. I don't know, but yeah.
But that was our DRAGONMEET. So and we have met some lovely. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes.
I should mention the robot dog. This robot dog was being basically walked around the convention by I don't know who they were actually. Were they to do with the XL? I guess, or I don't know. Anyway,
again for listeners at home, it's I won't say it's a robot dog, but I think it's got like knees that go backwards. I want to say digigrade knees.
It looks sort of Boston Dynamics style. I don't know if it is Boston Dynamics, but it's like
Dynamics
that sort of thing.
/ Black Mirror.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a really uncanny valley effect on it, and I didn't like it. And they came up to me and they're like, "Do you want to pet it?" And I was like, "I do not. I would like it to me."
I am quite glad I'm behind this table and your robot dog's on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's definitely more towards a creepy dog.
Yes, I kind of got the sense that the table wouldn't provide that much of a defence.
Yeah, if it went for us.
No, it was quite an agile. It was doing little jumps and things, and like.
Yeah,
it was quite agile. It was quite cool, to be fair. It was quite cool.
But it's no K9.
There's no K9.
Ancient Doctor Who reference. So
yeah.
Affirmative.
Yeah, there's no K9. Yes. I have a K9 right there, sitting on top of my bookshelves.
Well, I have to believe yours is not in frame.
Yes, Russ is pointing off screen. So yeah, we're just going to nod and humour him. Yes, Russ.
I mean, I could reach up and get it, but it sounds like work.
It's fine.
And effort. So we'll skip that.
Moving on.
Yes. So before we get into the actual news of the week, I wanted to sort of talk about something that happened to me this week.
Okay.
Something that happened on Wednesday night.
Okay.
Oh, is this at the Southampton Guild of Role Players, which was why PJ is laughing? Okay, I wasn't there, so pray do tell.
Yeah.
Well, I was playing Pendragon.
Yeah.
Which is an Arthurian game. Been playing that for quite a while now. Yeah. And there was a big battle. Big old battle with thousands of people involved and stuff like that. And right at the beginning of the session, there's this bit, because Pendragon has a lot of sort of downtime and the winter passes. This is what happened in the winter. It turned out that during the downtime, and you make a few rolls as to what happened to your character. I was gifted my family's heirloom sword.
Oh,
nice. How nice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. It had engraved
sort of thing you should look after.
Is swift. Yeah, you would look after it. Yeah. Be careful with that. Yeah. So,
if anything were to happen to it.
I went into battle.
Yes.
Great fellow knights against some dastardly Saxons who had spears and such. Nothing compared to us knights, us brave knights. We were mounted knights against Saxons with spears. Charge into battle, waving my new family sword around my head. Go to attack a group of 3 Saxons. Somehow let go of the sword. The sword goes flying off into the distance to land in some bushes, and some Saxons run off with it.
That's embarrassing.
It sucks when that happens.
I mean,
I'm real sorry for you, but
you see, because Pendragon is a roll-low system. You've got to roll your ability score or lower on the T20. I rolled a 20, and that's what happens on a 20. So oh well. At least because I got this new sword, I've still got my old one, surely. And
I mean that's a bit bad luck.
You wouldn't have bought your old one, would you? No, you didn't. No, yeah, I definitely bought my old one. Okay, fine, you've got your old one. Taught the GM to saying that I bought 2 swords.
Going soft at you. Shocking.
Okay. So the next round of combat, right, rearmed with a sword.
Right,
let's go back into battle. As a bunch of Saxons charge me, I raise my sword, and it slips out of my fingers, butterfingers. It disappears into a stream and gets washed off down. That's the second sword in a row. My second attack roll, I rolled a 20 again. Wow. Okay, how can that happen to the same person twice?
I bet you wish you'd been playing 5e at that point.
If I'd been playing 5e, I'd have been on a roll. I've been critting.
Like Crit City, population U.
Well,
then I remembered. I have a squire.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness for that. So I call my squire over, click my fingers, I say, Gus on, because that's what you do.
Sword boy!
Squire, sorry, but yeah. And the squire has to make a roll to bring me my backup sword.
Yes.
So the squire takes the backup sword out of his golf club bag or whatever it is, because he's like a caddy basically. Runs across the battlefield towards me, bearing my new sword, rolls his roll. I roll another 20. The squire slips over on a patch of mud, and my backup sword goes flying through the air. Never to be seen again. I'm like, oh my god, that's 3 swords in a row, 3 rounds in a row, 3 swords in a row. I've rolled a 20 on and lost 3 swords.
About 1 in 8,000 at this point.
I mean,
that's quite
ridiculous.
impressive.
I think, Russ, if you're going to bring loaded dice to your game, you need to make sure it's the correct loaded dice. Because you bought your Dungeons and Dragons loaded dice, and it backfired on you. You
hasn't finished yet.
The other one.
What?
Hasn't finished yet. I managed to borrow a sword off someone.
Oh dear.
In order to continue the combat.
Right.
Guess what? It happens again. And believe me, in between these, I was saying, this is not a loaded dice, I promise you. And I was rolling it, and it was rolling 7, 9, 13, like a normal dice does. But every time it was important, it would roll a 20, which is a fumble in Pendragon. So the 4th sword. So my character now has a new nickname. I can't remember what Colin gave me is the nickname. Laxsword, was it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Sir Alain Laxsword is my new knightly nickname. Basically, this game, 1 in 20 times you swing your sword, you're going to lose it permanently, right? So if you imagine, basically, you've got a big battle with sort of 10,000 people involved in it, and they're all swinging their sword, once every 5 seconds or so 12 times a minute. So basically, they are losing a sword once every 90 seconds. 10,000 people. So that's 10,000 swords are lost every 90 seconds.
Surely you can
so
pick it
basically,
up off the floor,
you couldn't walk anywhere through Arthurian England without tripping over a discarded sword. I mean, you wonder why there's all these swords in stones and in the middle of lakes for ladies to fling out at you. That's why they're all there, because 1 in 20 times people try to do something with a sword, they lose it.
Right.
What a dangerous place.
Who needs archers? Just let the sword barrels do the work for you.
Who needs grass? I mean, there's more swords lying around on the floor than there are blades of grass.
Okay. So it's just the 3 times you lost your sword.
4
not a 4th.
4 times. 4. What? 3 times me, once my squire, as he tried to bring me my backup sword.
So that's 4 20s, which is about 1 in 160,000 for those keeping track at home.
I haven't worked.
You should have played the lottery or something that week.
I really should have been playing D&D. I should have just moved over to the D&D table. So I'm playing this game now.
Bring the dice, yeah.
1.
I brought the dice.
1.
Yeah, 1. Yeah. That is what would have happened.
I mean, the other week I had a session of rolling like that of 20s, but I was playing D&D, level up advanced edition, but I was the GM, so it felt really mean, and I was running those spectres from the Monster Menagerie with the life drain ability, and once they start doing well, it's really hard to recover from that, and I just beat the crap out of them, and it was to the point where I was like, I don't feel like this is good and we're having fun, like I'm just but sometimes it happens.
Anyway,
should we talk about the news?
I guess we should crack on with the news, shouldn't we?
And we've heard about our faithful.
20 minutes into the show, and we haven't actually touched the news yet.
Well,
so first in the news we have Eberron Forge of the Artificer is coming out very soon.
Oh yes, I'm interested in this.
Right.
Yes. So some reviewers and outlets have copies of it and have been able to look at it. Christian Hoffer has posted a first impressions review over on EN World. So what we tend to do, we tend to have 2 reviews of each thing. So our current schedule is when something comes out, Christian will do a quite quick, rapid first impressions response. And then Beth will probably wait 2 or 3 weeks. But in this case, she's actually done it already because she's had it a while. But usually it's like quite a bit later, a really in-depth, long review.
Yeah.
So we usually have the 2 reviews spaced by a week or 2. But so Christian's done his first impressions review. I think you wanted to talk about this, did you, Jess?
I can, yeah, absolutely. No, I've been looking out for it. I'm in an Eberron campaign. That's the long-term D&D campaign I'm in. So I'm interested in the world. Interestingly, my party's in a really wild place with that campaign. We're going to play next week, and I'm very excited. We are in Menzoberranzan, in a drow situation, and we had to pause the game because a couple of players were missing. So we stopped an hour early because we're like, I don't think we can carry on without everyone here. Because we're going to make a choice that will either result in a massive fight that we may all die. Someone's sibling may die as a consequence of what we do. Or we change the game completely and it becomes a politics and intrigue game, and none of us are skilled or good at those things. So we're in a weird place. But anyway, so I'm not sure what we're going to do. But anyway, so yeah, I'm interested in Eberron because I like the setting. I think it's really interesting. So a lot of the things I picked out of Christian's article that were interesting to me is that, so Forge of the Artificer coming out in December. It was originally coming out, I think it was in August, but as we've said, there's been delays because of a print run and stuff like that. And we're waiting to see if there's going to be a further delay, because I think there was the potential for a further delay. I think there's going to be
one for UK and, Europe and Asia, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. But when we have exact details, we'll let that out. But in theory, out this month. But yeah, so Forge of the Artificer is a supplement to the 2019 Eberron Rising from the Last War. So it's not stand alone necessarily. So if you have Eberron Rising from the Last War, it's still worth getting Forge of the Artificer.
It doesn't introduce the setting to you, does it?
No. So you do kind of want both if you're diving into the setting and doing that, I will say, for it. So to be aware of. One of the things that was interesting in there I was interested in the dragon marks because they're a fun setting kind of thing. It seems the design of it, they have a really specific design pattern, Christian says. So you basically, all of them you add a D4 when you make a specific type of check. Obviously the type of check is different depending on the mark. And then plus you can cast 2 spells without a spell slot once per long rest. And I think some people would criticize that, saying, oh, they're all the same. But I kind of don't mind that too much if there's a consistency to design, because you flavor it differently because you'll pick your different spells and the different abilities. So I'm not too mad at that. And it makes sense from a design perspective why you're like, it does this.
Easier to balance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad.
To make your own.
Yes, exactly, PJ. Good point.
I think one of the complaints I did see about them was that they were a bit too ubiquitous now. It's like pretty much everyone can have a dragon mark now, whereas they were a bit more special previously.
Yeah, I think you need to invest in some fashion. I can't remember exactly. Was it a feat or something? Or can't remember.
Yeah, it's a feat.
It's nice. Yeah,
I'm not sure that.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, you can make it in your lore that it's rare, but your party happens to have those because your party are going to be the big damn heroes in the campaign anyway. So yeah. Anyway,
where you get the dragon marks from? Being a big damn hero.
Exactly. Anyway, I was interested in the cartographer. That's a subclass of the artificer, which I think was really fun. But Christian thinks it's a bit underbaked in terms of power level. Is his take on it. I've not read it in detail. It has been tweaked since the playtest version we've seen, but apparently not enough to make it level with the other options. It's a bit meh, which I'm a bit like, oh, okay. So but I think, to be honest, that would be a flavorful subclass I'd take more than to have the most effective one. Because like with every character class, there's generally a subclass that everyone's like, well, that is the best one because for these reasons. But I don't think you always want to play to be the most effective character. Sometimes you want to be you want to be a quirky character that does different things. So and if you're the way your GM runs it is more skill based and more like talky role play, that might not matter as much anyway. But anyway, so those are kind of the key things that jumped out at me. I don't know, Russ, if there's anything else you want to particularly talk about from there. Like I say, Beth's article will be coming out soon with really in detail. If you really want to dive in and read that, Beth would be the best person to.
And that'll probably be out later. Actually, it's going up later today.
Ooh, there we go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
5th of December.
So what they do have also is, so they've got these sort of mini adventure / campaign, potential campaigns in sort of condensed format, which the Faerun books had as well. So that seems to be something that Wizards is now doing a lot of. So in each of their books, they're going to have like these, because I don't think we're going to get a big Eberron hardcover adventure. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, we might do, I don't know, but it doesn't seem likely to me. But what you do get is a whole bunch of those sort of mini, sort of one-page kind of condensed campaign things, which you can use and basically make your own adventure out of, I guess.
I think that's what a lot of the gaming community wants. Maybe it's just my little bubble, but most people I know make their own worlds and campaigns, and what GMs want from adventures and things is little moments and things they can slot in for scenarios and bits they can put in their own world. And that's kind of what
there's an element of that. There's also definitely a water cool element of people like to have a shared experience, and so they all play the same adventure and talk about it.
That's true,
and things like that. So it's like watching shared experience of watching Stranger Things or something.
I haven't watched that
at the same time, and then everyone's you watched it,
or having read the same book.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
Or the same movies.
Yeah. So event-based stuff, I guess. So this thing comes out and everyone watches it at the same time. So there's a mix, I guess, between people wanting a shared experience of a pre-written adventure and people want to do their own sort of homebrew stuff.
Yeah. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's interesting. Basically, his conclusion is it's fine. He's like, no real complaints, but it's not a standout product. It's fine. It's not a bad product. It's okay. It does what it says on the tin.
So I want to put that quote on the back of the book. It's fine.
Yeah. Basically,
it's perfectly fine.
I mean, it's pretty good that they're able to sell the same class for what's this, the 3rd time now? That's pretty handy going.
Second, what will be the 3rd one? So this is.
When did it first come out? Struggling. It wasn't Xanathars.
It would have come out in. Yeah. Was it in Rise of the?
It'd be in Eberron.
Eberron, Artifact, whatever it's called.
Yeah. I think it might have been in
Rising from the Last War, the 2019 book.
I don't know.
I don't know. Pass.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass on that question.
Because you need is the basic class, is it in Forge of Artificer, or is that just the subclasses and stuff?
I think it's just subclasses and stuff, because it's very much an expansion to the Rising Last War.
Yeah, no, this has it in it. He talks about it a bit, doesn't he?
Oh, it talks about it's 2024.
Yeah, it's 2024 version of the class. Yeah.
Okay. Oh right, so it's a specific 2024 version, not a outdated 2014 version. Right, with you.
Correct. Yeah. Of the same edition.
I think the two are synonyms. An updated 2014 version is a 2024 version, pretty much. I don't think it's massively different. It's a tweaked class.
Yeah, because it's not a new edition.
It's not a new edition.
It's not a new edition. No,
exactly. Not a new edition.
Yeah.
Not a new edition at all. No.
Oh, it's a joke that keeps on feeding us, doesn't it? We'll be dying on that for years. Anyway, I don't really have much more to say about Eberron. I don't know, Russ, if you have more to feed us.
Pretty much said anything
we could talk about Eberron for ages, but maybe we should talk about the news.
All right, fair enough. If you do want to talk about Eberron or read about Eberron more, Beth's article will be out later today, so that'll be a deep dive into it. So there we go.
Okay, so our next topic is all about Daggerheart.
Yeah.
Different to Dragonheart. I saw the word Dragonmeet on my screen at the same time as I was trying to say Daggerheart, and what came out was Dragonheart.
A dragon through the heart.
Dragonheart. Was that film with Sean Connery as the dragon? Is that Dragonheart? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm confident there is something called Dragonheart that activates an area of my brain.
Sean Connery is the CGI dragon.
That sounds wonderful.
Have you not seen it?
I don't know, but I don't remember it if I have. It sounds like something I would watch. I'm surprised I haven't.
If you've ever seen a film and there's a dragon in and it sounded really Scottish, that is the one.
I want that. I might rewatch that anyway. Never mind Christmas movies this weekend while I put up the treats. Put that on.
It's probably on Netflix or somewhere.
I'll look around the internet. But anyway, let's talk about Daggerheart instead of Dragonheart.
Daggerheart, yes, has announced a new product. They announced it at PAX Unplugged last week, or the week before, I think it was. And it's called Daggerheart, Hope and Fear.
Lovely.
And this is the first official expansion for Daggerheart. There's been a couple of crowdfunders for third-party products, but this is the first official expansion for Daggerheart. It's going to be coming out next summer 2026. Yeah. And it's basically a whole bunch of player options and monsters and stuff. So it's basically a whole bunch of new stuff to put in your games. We've got 4 new classes for players.
Including presumably Assassin.
One of
based on a picture which has a kind of tubby elf stabbing some guy in the back. So, yeah.
Yes.
Good for them.
Yes, we've got the Witch, the Warlock, the Brawler, and the Assassin.
I think we've seen playtests of some of those because the Daggerheart website has had like playtests of different classes and things up. So some of them you might have had
130 new monsters and adversaries.
Wow.
A whole load of weapons and armor and stuff. 4 new campaign frames, which is their kind of very short kind of campaign setting in a few pages thing.
Which, interestingly, we were just talking about in Eberron is the thing that D&D is doing, so perhaps an industry trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I don't think it's a new idea. I mean,
well, no, but it's I'm seeing it happen more.
Yeah. So there's going to be 2 versions of this. There's a standard edition and there's going to be a deluxe edition. So the standard edition, which is just the hardcover book, about 200 pages, is going to cost $39.99.
Okay.
And then the deluxe edition, where you've got a gold foil box, you've got dice and alternate covers and various sheets and stuff for the game. That is going to cost you $119.99. $120 basically.
So triple the price, but all right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That is. I think. I mean, I feel that's quite a lot for what you get. Compared to we. I mean, I don't want to toot our own horns, but our Void Runners Codex at a similar price point has over twice the content. But anyway.
Yeah.
Not
sorry, I just want to drop.
There's nothing wrong with being proud of your price, but when you're paying essentially Beadle and Grimm money, you're expecting Beadle and Grimm quality. So it feels like maybe this falls a bit short of that. Not to say it's a bad product, but I think it's just like 120 for a shiny box with some cards. I don't know. Seems a bit much. But But we've always been saying that RPG products are underpriced, so good for them.
That is also true.
Pushing that
you know what? Yeah, PJ. Yeah, well, actually, good point. I'll agree with you. I concede to that point.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to announce here that all of our products are now doubling in price.
Nice.
Okay, as your business manager, could we have a chat about this offline first?
Right. Anyway, that was Daggerheart.
Okay.
So that's
cool.
Yeah, next
Sounds
summer
good.
that's coming out.
Lovely.
Okay, so it's that time of year again.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this.
That time of year where
are you anticipating it?
Yes. Well, not anymore because it's here. I can't anticipate something that's already here. It's that time of year where you nominate your most anticipated RPG of 2026.
Exciting.
And we do this every year, and then basically in January we reveal the top 10.
Yes.
So you can go along to EN World and nominate what you are most anticipating next year. As usual, it has to be a standalone TTRPG, not an adventure, not a supplement, not an accessory. It's an actual TTRPG. It has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be coming out in 2026.
Yeah.
As best we know. We know that release dates slip and stuff, but as best we know, it has to be coming out in 2026.
At the time of nominating, we believe it to be,
Yes.
Yeah. So you can go along and you can, for the next 2 weeks, you can nominate, and then after that, there'll be a couple of weeks of voting, where everyone gets to vote on the nominated games, and then basically in January we will release the list of winners, and we'll announce it here on this show. And last year's winner was Legend in the Mist.
Ooh.
That was last year.
There's quite attractive art there. Anime style.
Yeah.
But
and the year before in 2024, Shadow of the Wizard, and in 2023, King Arthur Pendragon 6th edition, which I'm currently playing.
Nice.
And having a lovely time, chucking swords about the place.
Full of stories.
Chucking swords all over the place, left, right, and centre.
Now, however,
it's quite
I
dangerous
do
to be anywhere near my character with all these swords flying in different directions.
I could well believe it's very dangerous to be anywhere near your character, having been games with you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
However,
There's
this thing in Pendragon where when you're fighting, you have to choose whether you're fighting cautiously, valorously, or recklessly.
Do you pick reckless?
Every single time.
This makes your story make so much more sense. Like, yeah, okay. Just this reckless guy.
I have never not chosen
around.
reckless.
Okay, well, this is bringing things.
Changes some things. Like perhaps you might not lose your sword if you fought with even a modicum of caution. But anyway,
I'm still rolling a 20. That wasn't affecting my ability to roll a 20.
Yes, but maybe if you're not rolling 20, you have a different consequence table. I don't know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I believe that there is a slight wrinkle to the nomination process, which is very important.
A wrinkle?
Well, there has been. Yes, as in previous years, which is that when you're nominating the RPG, you must put a link to it.
Yes, don't make me work. That's the don't make Russ work caveat. If you
just years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always been. But basically, in early years, people would put down the name of the game. They'd often get the name wrong as well. So I would be spending ages just trying to work out even what they meant before I could even look it up to find out whether or not it qualified and things like that. So now the rule is, if you don't put a link, I just skip past the post. If you make me work, I'm not going to do it. So.
Yes, I mention this because it partly to save you from having lots and lots of posts of people not having their vote counted, and partly so people know. So put the link for the game that you would like to win, and then Russ will count it.
Yes.
Otherwise, he shall not.
I mean, each game only has to be nominated once. It's not like, because we do get, what happens is you get waves of people when, say, Free League notifies the backers of whatever their current one, Invincible, I think. They always have one around this time of year. Notifies the backers that the thing is on. You then get a wave of like 20 or 30 people coming in and nominating that game. We've already had 2 or 3 waves of different people nominating different things. That's always quite fun to see, because then you follow it back and you see, oh, look, they've nominated.
But that's useful when the voting opens, because voting is the volume of people, obviously.
Yeah. For nominations, you only need the one. But yes, so that's going on.
Separate things.
Yeah. So it's nominations for the next 2 weeks, then voting for another couple of weeks. They'll be announced the winners in January after Christmas in the new year.
Woo! We'll do a little episode on that then.
That's
exciting. Right then. What is going on with the Black Company?
Yes. I saw a post from Dennis the Twiller on Blue Sky, and he said that they were now recruiting playtesters. So if you head along to theblackcompany.rpg.com, you can sign up to be a playtester. So it's not a big set of rules and so forth, but on the other hand, it is quite exciting if you're familiar with this book from 1980 and the 6, 7 sequels it's had, with like one off to the side. So yeah,
the novels you're referring to there.
I am referring to the novels, yes.
Yeah,
I think there was one in the D20 Explosion, and there is an off-brand version which is called Band of Blades. But
I think Green Ronin did one. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
like 10 years ago or something, 15 years ago.
Yeah, been a while back, but yeah. So this is the latest bite at the cherry. And it sounds quite cool. well, the intellectual property sounds quite cool. You have terrible, frightening, super strong, super tough wizards, and everyone else is a mortal trying to make their way around, whilst there are various terrible and terrifying threats to the world. The Black Company largely being a band of mercenaries who have ended up signing under the banner of a terrible evil, and now they're like going, oh, and trying to wriggle their way out from under. I don't want to give spoilers. I mean, it is at this point like over 40 years old, but it's still a great series. Comes from the 1980s, so not all of it is what might be regarded as wholesome nowadays.
It's gritty, I think, is my sort of impression of the Black Company.
There is a lot of grit. I would describe it as not as bad as Game of Thrones in that sort of terms. But there are some bits which are a bit egregious and do not fit with the thing. But yeah, like I say, I found it like really fantastic. Partly because of the elusive storytelling, which is where the narrator assumes that you know what the hell he's talking about and throws in references to stuff like Dancing at the Gates of Dawn and the Pastor Wars, and you're like, I don't know what these are, but okay, let's crack on. They're clearly of some significance, and then maybe you find out what they are, maybe you don't. But reading and finding out about them is quite a lot of fun. You're discovering as you go along.
Yeah. So this playtest, so it's Arc Dream Publishing is the publisher. The playtest is running for 2 months. Started on the 1st of December, ends on the 1st of February next year. And basically you get like a 10-page rule book, 6 pre-gens, and a starter adventure to playtest.
Nice.
Cool.
Right. Next, I believe, is another one of yours. Evil Hat is up to something non-evil.
Well, I can't guarantee that, Russ.
They're very transparent about being evil.
Yeah, Evil Hat is is actually known for being less evil than you might expect given the name.
Yes, not to be confused with Evil Genius games. They're
very different company. Very different company. Yes, this is
because I've had a few people online.
Productions. Yes.
I've had a few people confuse them online because of the evil.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
They are two different company names.
Also, not to be confused with Rogue Genius, which is a further different company. But there's it's the perils of naming your RPG company. Okay, so Evil Hat, they are the producers of things like Powered by the Apocalypse, the Apocalypse World. They published, Fate, and I believe they also published Blades in the Dark. So they are interested in games that are focused on Powered by the Apocalypse, Forged in the Dark, or Powered by Fate, which is basically like if you're using their systems, they will probably be interested in accepting a submission. They're looking for games that are going to be 40,000 to 100,000 words long. How long would you say Level Up would have been, just roughly? Words is a bit of a words is a bit of a weird benchmark for me. I'm struggling to think.
500 words a page is a good guideline.
500 words per page.
I don't know.
So
600 and Level Up Adventurer's Guide is 600 pages. So what's 600 times 500?
Lots.
600 times 500. That's 3,000 times 1,000. So about 30,000 pages. What?
300,000. No, I don't know. 600. I don't know. We can't do maths on this podcast. That's not a thing we're able to do.
Doing this sort of maths in my head is a bit of a problem.
I didn't even attempt it. I was just like, do you know what? This isn't for me.
The top is about 200 pages. 100,000 divided by 500. And 40,000 words.
40,000 short. Yeah,
that's 80 pages. So 80 to 200 pages is the sort of length of game in A4, like which is what, letter or something? I can't remember, that you should be aiming for. And the game should be complete or near complete and be thoroughly playtested in its current form. Yes. And you should reach out before running a crowdfunding campaign, because presumably then they will run one and give you a hand with it. They want it to be in plain text or Word or Google Doc format. They don't want it laid out already. That's probably like something that they would like to handle in-house. The setting and genre should fit within the Evil Hat product line, so probably some awareness of what's going on there. And you have to be committed to ongoing development because there's going to be further game development, playtesting, editing, layout, proving, art direction, and indexing to get ready for print. And you probably also want to be ready to market the game alongside by playing it online at conventions and generally building the excitement that comes from play. So they are going to do publishing things, finishing, project management, public playtesting, marketing, crowdfunding, manufacturing, fulfillment, and of course VTT development. Woo! So there you go. Quite an opportunity.
Who owns the copyright of the game when it's published?
That is an excellent question.
I was just wondering that, yeah, like what the terms are like.
I'm just curious. I'm not saying either way is a good or a bad thing necessarily, depending on the, what
I'm sure they'll provide that
exchange,
somewhere on the page.
Yeah. I'm just curious. That's all.
It does not say anything about rights, so I assume that's going to be the subject to some negotiation.
Okay, fair. Okay. Okie dokie.
Okay,
no, that's an exciting opportunity.
Yes.
If somebody is a game designer and isn't actually that interested in publishing.
So
and they are two very, very, very different skill sets. So, I hasten to add that if you want to be a publisher, that is not the same as you want to be a writer. Most people, I think, want to be writers. They don't want to be publishers. They want to create a thing and have it out there in the world.
Yeah.
Whereas being a publisher is a very different skill set.
It's hard.
Yeah. Well, they're both quite hard, but
I quite like doing the publishing side of things, to be honest. It does hit a lot of the skill sets that I have, but also people keep on saying to me when I talk about the things I enjoy about publishing, like, oh my god, I would hate doing that. I'm like, all right, fair enough.
Yep, that's what my career's been built on, doing things that other people don't want to do in publishing.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know I'm not a writer and a designer. I get to work with loads of really great writers and designers, and I'm just like, I'd rather help them get their stuff out there than try and me writing out there that isn't going to be as good. And so yeah.
It's all good thing. Anyway, but like I say, I think that's I know that there's a lot of independent artists who listen to this podcast. So there you go. This might be your chance to have a crack at it. And you know what? Just have a go. I know it's like saying, oh, it's got to be nearly finished and stuff, but you know what? Put a bit of polish on it, get it in. The worst that it can do is say no. And it may be that you can get some feedback from them telling you how to improve your game. It's not a promise, but if you've got something promising, they may give you a chance. You never know.
Okay.
Anyway.
Right then. And then we now have a Kickstarter.
Booklet of Bounties. 10 fugitives for fancy role-playing games.
Yeah.
It's a clear tagline. If we were playing our favourite game, that would be clear what was going on.
It is quite Ron Seal and sort of thing. This is coming out from a chap called James Holloway, who I previously got his Tome of Tombs, and which I found to be pretty handy. It's like reminiscent, not the same as a GURPS Black Book, in that it goes into a great deal of detail about exactly what things are, and then lays out in a systematic fashion what exactly you're going to be getting. So this is going to be a 24-page black and white system neutral zine, which will have it says 10 fugitives for fantasy role-playing games. I was promised by James that this would have been launched on Thursday, so I guess it's not quite there yet. Who knows? By the time you're listening to this podcast, it may actually have been launched. So there we go.
Maybe they mean next Thursday.
Perhaps so. Who can say?
Perhaps so. Who can say?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
But I thought it was pretty cool anyway. So there we go.
Yeah. Thanks for the shout out.
We're coming to the end of the news now. There's not much more. I mean, we've got a little thing launching soonish.
Yes.
But soonish.
Really?
Because we fulfilled Alpha Star Lab magazine last night.
Well, the PDFs, yeah.
The PDFs, and the soft covers will be going out shortly.
Nice.
But so the Alpha Star magazine is done, which was our sci-fi magazine to support the Void Runners Codex, because we fulfilled that Kickstarter recently as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be our next one. Lots and lots of magical items.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Enchanted. Because I'm excited about it. It's the Enchanted Trinkets Complete Collection. So this is for D&D 5e designed for. So this is if you're an insider Patreon, you'll recognize some of these things because this is a collection from those. So we've gone through and got all the trinkets and items and stuff. And in the Enchanted Trinkets Complete Collection, there's over 500 magic items for D&D. And these aren't game-breaking, big, overpowered things. They're loads of fun things, I would say, that add like flavor and variety in a world. And what I like about it is, if you think about a world that has magic in, people will do interesting stuff with it to make mundane things easier. Like there's a pen, I can't remember, it's called the Quill of Finding or Location or something. And if you've lost something in the last week, you can write down a description of the pen with it, and then the pen will write out a description of where it is. And I thought, if you were a wizard in a messy towered library, you'd be like, where did I place that book? And just fun. And there's like a narrating book stand as well, and there's a whole load of mushrooms and toadstools and stuff, and some rules for identifying them and what happens if you misidentify them, and there's magical instruments, but there's loads of stuff, and there's loads of apparel that I like as well, which is fun, like earrings and makeup and stuff. So yes,
skullduggery tools, all sorts of things.
Yes,
perfumes,
there's loads of maps and spyglasses. It's just loads of stuff, and I spent a while trying to make the index to kind of theme them, because I was kind of like, okay, if you want some gloves, how do we do this? So making the index. But anyway,
what this is like. You know, if you went into one of those sort of like not antique shops, but shops that just have a whole load of sort of oldish stuff, just like bric-a-brac, but sort of nice bric-a-brac sort of thing.
Magic bric-a-brac.
It's like crammed full of stuff all over the place, and you might have sort of like an oldish looking globe over here, and you might have a set of pens over here, and you might have a picture here, and you might have a book there, and a box there, and just loads of different things, and a figurine, and a whatever. It's like one of those shops,
like a fancy corner shop or a bodega or something. Magical bodega. There you go.
Everything in there is a minor magical item. That's the
nice.
That's the twist on that, and that I just think is really fun.
It's super fun. Yeah, it's a hardcover book. It's got over 500 magic items, but it does contain in the Enchanted Trinkets Complete. We have already published Enchanted Trinkets 1 and 2. The first one was 65 Enchanted Trinkets, so it's much smaller. So if you already have 1 and 2, we do have a version that's Enchanted Trinkets 3. So, but if you don't have any of them, Enchanted Trinkets Complete Edition collection is all of them.
Or if you just want the hardcover anyway.
Or if you just want the hardcover, because I like hardcover's nice to have. But yeah, so that'll be going live on Kickstarter in the next few weeks, actually.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Pretty soon, because we've just finished Alpha Star and Back Kit. So we'll just turn our attention to that, and then we'll move our attention to Enchanted Trinkets.
Squeeze this one in before we do the Gate Pass Gazette Annual 2025.
Yes, in January
next year. Yeah,
yes,
nice.
So we just need to squeeze this in at the end of the year. I mean, December crowdfund is always tricky, but we wanted to squeeze it in because we have it ready, and it's
amazing.
But yeah, hope everyone enjoys it.
Okay, I think that's it. I think that's the show. I think we're done.
That is. The only thing I will mention is that we didn't mention at the top, but will be now, that we have been recording this live on the internet. And if you're listening to the podcast, you can also join us live. We record every Friday at 2 p.m. UK time, 9 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. So if you'd like to join us and ask questions or just gaze upon our majestic beauty as we record, you can do so that way.
Yes, although it should be noted that on at least the 26th of December, and certainly for myself, the 2nd of January, I won't be here. Are we planning on leaving a 2-week break this year?
Yeah, I'm not recording on Christmas Day.
No, so it's Boxing Day, but sure.
Yeah. No, I have a full house full of family. They're all visiting. It's going to be a bit crammed. I'm not going to be doing any podcasting over Christmas.
Yeah, maybe We'll confirm the dates that we're not recording, and we'll do a little update in December to let you know when we're not recording. But we generally do a filler message, so if you come to the channel to watch it, there's a message saying not there this week, just so you're aware. But yes, we shall have a break for holidays.
Marvelous.
Shall we get out of here now?
Yes.
Yes.
Commence the weekend.
Yes, I'm going to go and, well, I can't. I have to wait for Sharon to get home. I want to watch Pluribus. I'm really, really enjoying Pluribus.
It's on my watch list.
It's so good.
I've heard you have told me good things about it. I am excited about that. Yeah.
It's one of those few shows that every week you're just looking forward to it all week.
Nice.
Which I really, really like when things aren't just dumped the entire series and you get to wait each week and have that anticipation and then the shared conversation about that episode.
How retro.
I definitely prefer watching TV like that.
No, it's tricky because the thing is it's like half an hour and then you're done. And then what if you want some extra episodes? So for me, I used to really enjoy when I had terrestrial television and no means of recording. I used to enjoy watching a whole set of programs and keeping all those plot lines separate and understanding them all from week to week was very easy for me. Or I got used to it because I had no choice. But it's quite tricky nowadays because not everyone has that skill. They all just want. They're like, oh, we can't watch more than one thing at a time, otherwise I forget the plot line. I'm usually
watching good half dozen things at a time, definitely.
I know, right? Get a better memory, work harder, enjoy your entertainment more.
All right.
Right, let's get out of here.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll be here next week, same time, same place. We'll see you there.
Bye-bye.
All the tabletop role-playing news. We aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morrus is unofficial tabletop RPG.